Hi folks, County Line Gardener back with you. Hey, it's been quite a while since I've made a video, and thought we'd take a look here at my seedlings. This is the seedling greenhouse, which is actually my garage. These are all the tomatoes. These are the tomatoes that we sell, the plants. And then we have tomatoes here, of course. You know, it's probably about the same ones that we put in our garden. And I just noticed today right here, we had some of them kind of looked like they were trying to die, and it wasn't from a lack of water. And I come to realize that there's a big window right here. No shade from it or nothing. It's just a big bright window shining in. The rest of them don't look that way, but these two right here are pretty weak looking. So I blocked that window off with that blanket there, seeing maybe they're not getting too much sunlight. They're on a heat mat. Here's something kind of funny. I had a guy give me this. It's not really a heat mat for your plant trays. As you can see, it's big. You can put 4 trays on it. That actually goes underneath a tile floor in a home. And he had 1 or 2 left over, and he gave me that one. I looked them things up, they're about $100. But anyway, it really warms up. But I'm a true believer in these heat mats. If you'll look, almost all my seedlings are on heat mats. Especially peppers, especially the peppers. They're so slow anyway. They need all the heat they can get, and it stays 64 in this garage. So that's not a problem. Here's some here. I'm having a hard time getting my jalapenos to come up. Doggone it. I got a few there. I'm not going to grow them in the garden this year. We're cutting way back on our garden this year. I can't keep up with 250 tomato plants like I did the last few years. It takes 4 hours to pick them, and 350 pounds of tomatoes in one picking. I can't do it. I won't do it. Now down here on the floor, these are the peppers that we transplanted. Actually, my wife stayed out here for about 3-4 hours one day transplanting them while I was playing with my other hobby. We'll get to that here in a minute. But the peppers don't seem to be growing real fast this year. I mean, here they are, some of them, and I like them to be a little bigger than that before I transplant them. I mean, I've got nice heat in here. We keep them well watered. No, I ain't putting a daggone teaspoon of fertilizer on them. Here's what I use. Sometimes that's what I use, but I burn up a tomato plant doing that, so I'm not going to. Here's all my, over here. These are all hanging baskets. They're not hanging right now. We got all the hangers off of them. But these are pansies and the coleus flower. Now, I'm sure you've seen all my videos. You know what I'm talking about. These are beautiful. These get big. And those have been separated once. And I believe my wife said she's going to have to separate them again this weekend. There's a bunch of them there. It's about 30. And, well, I bought something like 50,000 petunia seeds last year. I know there's no way I could have used that many. I can't find them. $14 worth of them, I think. I don't know, it's 50,000 seeds. They're so tiny. But anyway, I can't find them. I don't know where they went. Oh well. Easy come, easy go, I guess they say. It drives me nuts to know I have something but can't find it. And, though they'll show up after it's too late. Okay, let's move on here. The old war wagon here, our golf cart. We got 2 of these now. We thought the old one had went bad on us. So I run up there to the golf cart place in Martinsville and bought this one. This is a 214, I think. Yeah, 14 model. Nice golf cart, nice golf cart. I bought that I bought that bed and put on it this time. I didn't build a bed like I did last time. But a few people will recall, I used to, if you've seen some of my earlier videos, I used to have a train set. Now, I was into trains all my life. Well, I had them in the basement. I can't go up and down them stairs anymore. There's my tractor I use. You've seen it a lot. Well, I had another hobby. Well, two more hobbies actually. But anyway, I got back into the remote control planes. I don't know where to start, but we'll go down through here. They're all hanging from the ceiling. That's called an AT-6 Texan. That's a cool plane. That is a cool little plane right there. These are all, like I said, remote control. This one's more aerobatic. You can tell by the control surfaces on it. It's not, it needs a little covering job. What happened was, there's a funny story behind this plane right here. This is an extra 260, I think, or 280, whatever that is. But I bought this plane. I bought it new at a hobby shop in Indianapolis. Brought it home and put it together, and I never flew it. Never flew it. But I didn't care for it. I didn't care for it. And earlier this winter, I tried to get a guy. Once I sold all my train stuff, I knew I wanted back into this hobby. A friend of mine that taught me how to fly. He had been in the hobby for 25 years. I tried to get him to get back in it with me, and he won't do it. He's got him a cabin down on the river or local river here, and he just goes down there and hangs out. But good guy. I bugged him for 3 weeks, and he said, no, I'm not ever flying again. I said, okay. I said, what do you want for all your stuff? We agreed on a price. I bought everything he had. Everything. Every nut, screw, plane. Oh, man. I'm running. This here is a pylon racer plane. This thing, oh, man. It'll move out. It's complete. It's complete. These aren't toys. By no means are these toys. Each one of these got a minimum of $600 in it. Some of them, well, I'll show you here in a minute, a lot more. There's a little, the cow's not on this one. Cow's sitting over on the workbench. But they're ready to go. They are ready to go. They got all the electronics in them. Here's a Cub. There's a funny story about this. It's a Piper Cub. Just about everybody that flies a plane's got one of them. They fly so easy. Here's a little crop duster, but I mean, it's not little by any means. This is one of the few planes that I've got that's got flaps on it. See, here's your ailerons out here. And then inside, those are the flaps. And use them taking off and landing, especially in big commercial planes. Now here's a Super Cub. I've never flown a Super Cub. This thing's a monster. This thing is a monster. Look at that engine on that baby. Oh man. That's about a 40 cc engine, maybe a 50. Here's a P-51 Mustang. It's all there. It just needs the electronics in it and a motor. Here's an Ultra Stick. This is another one I've got that's got the flaps on it. This plane will practically just hover in the air just flat out. It's amazing how it'll do. Here's an old plane. Been around for a long time. Hard telling how many times that's been crashed, but it needs electronics and motor on it, but I got all that stuff. Now here, I was telling you about that Cub down there. I ordered this and started putting it together before I offered my friend to buy all his stuff. And all his stuff included that Piper Cub down there behind us. But I went ahead and I put this one together, so now I got two of them. And here's something. This is funny. This is called a slow stick, little electric plane. And that's a good name for it because it'll sit up there. If the wind catches it, you might lose it. But it's so light, but it's fun. I can sit in my lawn chair on the back porch and fly that one. Here's another one, just needs Needs electronics in them. Well, it's got the servos on it. You can see them there. Them things are about 40 bucks a piece. There's a F4U Corsair. I bought it at a swap meet last weekend, 2 weekends ago. $5. The only thing wrong with that plane is, well, you know, you got to put your own servos in, electronics and motor, but the cowling's gone off of it, the front. And I'm going to make a cowling out of a 2-liter, the bottom off a 2-liter bottle, if I can find the right one. Now here's one. This plane he was building when he quit flying. It was part of the deal. Of course, it's got the flaps on it here. Out here's your ailerons. This thing's got bombs on it, machine guns. This is a P-47 Razorback. Let me see. You can see the cockpit up there. See how that goes back? That they weren't all made that way. Some of them just had a bubble canopy on it. Okay, that's called an Ultra Stick. Here's one I'm putting together now. Yep, I like to put them together. There's the wings for it. It's going to be a dandy plane. I've had one of these years ago. It's been about 10 years since I've flown. There's the wing off an electric plane. I don't even know where it's at. I got so many, I don't know where they're at. But this plane here is going to have, oh my, we're going to have $3 grand in that. That's what he would have had in it, and that's what I'm going to continue to do. Here's the best of the bunch, I think. Right here. That's an Extra 260. It's got a wingspan of about 7 feet, I'm going to say, something like that. The servos alone on this thing cost 150 bucks. And you can see the engine sticking out the bottom of the cow here. That's a 50cc. That's bigger than most weed eaters' engines. And that's a huge plane. I mean, it is for me. This is what they're starting to call giant planes, or you know, I mean, they're big, man. These things they're huge. It'll be a few years before I fly that. I don't know, you know. You take this P-47 here. It's unfinished, but it's close. It's close. It's got the retractable landing gear. You can see them right there. It's got a steerable tail wheel I've never had before. Here's another bomb. This goes on it somewhere, like that right there. Or it's a drop tank. I don't know what it is. This is my work area where I work on them at. It's just I just love doing it. Just love doing it. I probably got, I don't know, I probably got a couple $1,000. There's 3 engines right there. Those 2 in the box, in the blue boxes. This is what they look like. Only the ones in these 2 boxes are bigger. That's one of my radios that come from him. There's the kit that you use at the field. There's the fuel. $29.99 a gallon. Look at all these engines. Look at all these engines. Folks, I've got a couple of engines here that are worth well, they cost you $500 a piece if you went and bought them. Right here's one. It's a Zenoa 26cc. There's a big horse there. They're huge now. They're just everywhere. They're laying here everywhere. Got another kit here. Well, that just about wraps it up. Like I said, I'm cutting back on the gardening. I'll still do my gardening videos. I enjoy doing them. I hope you people enjoy watching them. Right now, oh, I forgot to add this one. I don't have a wing for this one. It's called a twister. But I'm looking for a wing for it now. But I think I got enough airplanes to keep me. Here's an old one down here. This was an old jet. I've had that. That has been hanging there for 20 years. You can tell by how filthy it is. But oh well. Anyway, getting back to the gardening, we're gonna. You know, it won't be too long. Today's March the 6th, and I was looking. We always try to put our potatoes out Good Friday, and that's only about 5 weeks from now. That's only about 5 weeks from now. April 12th, I think it is this year. But I hope you guys got any ideas why maybe these plants they got weak on me right here, and they're the only ones in front of the sunlight. In the sunlight, I'm thinking they just couldn't handle it. But text me or let me know, you know, down at the bottom, and tell me if you think that's what was wrong. But got snow. Snow's about gone around here. Well, let's see here. Here's my potting mix. I'll have to buy. That makes about, well, we used to go through about 30 bags a year, them big bags. $10 a bag. So you guys, you know, you can add that up. So I got motors laying everywhere, my computer. Snow's about gone. Snow is about gone. Well, it's over in the shade, it ain't. You can see it over there. Over here, you can see my flag up there. That's my garden. Here's my blackberries down here, and I'd like to get down there to see if they're going to withstand this cold weather. I guess they will. They say they do. So we'll see. Okay, just about done here. We got stuff everywhere. Batteries. This is the battery section. I keep all the batteries over here. Chargers. And if you've seen the last video, you've seen this. I finished this up the other day, or about a month ago. It's a 350 Chevy engine, ready to go in something. It's going to be sweet. It's not going to be no, you know, race car, but it's going to be nice. It's going to do better than original. We'll put it that way. But I'd sell that. I'd sell that thing right there. I'd sell that today, because it's not in the way. But I was going to buy a car to put it in. I wanted a Camaro. My first choice was a 55 Chevy. And you can't touch, I've looked at them. I've looked at them everywhere. And they want $5,000–6,000 for a bucket of rust. And I can't do that, especially at my age. I'm too old to start crawling underneath them and stuff like that now. I don't want to, I won't do it. So, I don't know. I may use it somewhere or sell it. I don't know. It's paid for, so I ain't too worried about it. Folks, I've rambled on long enough. I'm going to get off of here, and I'm going to start working on my airplanes. So for now, this is County Line Gardener. I'm saying bye-bye.